What's going on YouTube? Today we're taking a look at a next-gen TV tuner box from the guys over at GTmedia. This is their X1 HDTV converter box, and it's an Android TV box, and it's a box that I had a lot of hopes and a lot of praise for when they first reached out to me to send this over. So yes, they did send this to me free of charge, but they had no input in the review. It's not a paid sponsorship, anything like that. I've just been using it as my TV tuner on my TV, so I want to give you my thoughts on using it. Now this is about $129 right now. I'll throw some links down in my description. And my thoughts of this being one TV tuner box to rule them all, one TV tuner box for the next gen future, has definitely been deflated just a little bit, but I'll get into all of that once we plug this into my TV. It is running some sort of cracked version of Android TV 11. This is not a pure Android TV experience, which is what I had hoped it would be when I read the specs. On the inside though, you do have 2 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage, and you can use that storage for all of your DVR needs. So you can record from the TV tuner directly to the box. But for unlimited storage, you can use the USB port right on the side there if you wanted to plug in a hard drive to it, and you'd be able to access all of your files and play all of your content from that USB port. Taking a look at the back of the box, you do have your antenna in, and you can use a smaller antenna if you're in range. So I'm here in New York City. I got a lot of channels around me, so this worked perfectly fine. So it's great for an apartment, great for a dorm room, great for any type of location where you don't have a big antenna on the roof. But if you have a massive antenna, you could plug it in just the same on the back there. Here's your Ethernet. There is also AC Wi-Fi. There is no Wi-Fi 6 on this box either. HDMI port is right there, and it does support Dolby Vision, HDR, all of that good stuff. And then of course your power in is right over there. Plugging in the box, I just want to show you what might be maybe a cool little graphic on the front, maybe not so cool of a graphic on the front if you're trying to watch TV at night. It does light up, so you can see that it's green, everything is up, everything's running, everything is good to go. And when you do turn off the box, let's just go ahead and turn it off really quickly. It turns red. Looks pretty cool in some situations. When you're trying to watch TV at night, I think it's just a little bit too distracting. So I'd like to see a way to either dim this really, really low, or in fact just to turn it off. Taking a look at the remote control, because if GTmedia wants this to be your #1 go-to set-top box, the remote control is very, very important. Now it has a lot of the features that you'd expect. I'd argue it has just about all of the features that you'd expect, from your numerical keypad right on the front. You have your D-pad right there, your home, your back, your exit, your menu, your favorites, some quick toggle buttons on the bottom as well, EPG info, all of that good stuff. The problem is this is an infrared remote control, and you need to have direct line of sight for this to work. This is not a Bluetooth remote control, so that is one major mix-up, one major complaint that I have with this remote control is that you do have to be within range. So as a whole home entertainment unit, this is not something I would want to use. Either make it as a RF remote control or a Bluetooth remote control, so I don't need a line of sight. But other than that, I think it's very ergonomical. Definitely curves a little bit on the back, so it is very comfortable to use for an extended period of time. And the remote control as well does have all of the functions, even a little mouse pointer control, because again, this is not a full-fledged Android TV box. You will need this for some applications. When it comes to the X1 as a TV tuner goes, you're able to get all of the TV channels that you want, no matter what kind of broadcast they're in. And if you do have some next-gen TV channels that come through, it does support ATSC 3.0. It also does have support for Widevine Level 1 DRM encrypted channel playback. It also has a built-in HDTV player app that's going to get updates over the internet, and that's going to be where you have to use that record function as well. Supports up to 4K 10-bit HDR video with the AC4 audio, so you're going to be able to get all of those high-definition next-gen TV channels when they become available. And then once again, guys, if you're in an area that doesn't have the next-gen stats, you're still going to be able to pull all the TV channels. But let's go ahead, plug this in. I'm going to show you the interface, tell you the pluses and minuses. Looking at the home screen of the GTmedia X1, you'd think that this is an Android TV box, Android TV experience at its purest form, maybe with just a little bit of an overlay, but not really, guys. And this is the #1 fault that I have with this box, and that's the fact that although it is running an Android TV 11 experience, it's not really the full-fledged Android TV box that I'd hoped for. This is running Android TV 11, heavily cracked, heavily modified, and you can tell so by the October 1st, 2021 security patch that's installed here. I've not received any updates since having this box for about 3 months, so whether or not this is going to get updated is really is really left up to chance. But in any event, guys, this is a TV tuner box that's one of the first to come to market, and that's has a lot of promise for maybe future updates. I really feel that this is sort of like a beta first gen type of product to test the waters. So what I would recommend for GT Media is get rid of this cracked TV version, actually license it from Google, give us a truly full-fledged Android 11 TV box with the built-in next-gen tuner. That would be amazing. That would be the go-to product. Now, they do claim that it works with Netflix, guys. Now, I haven't put in my Netflix account here because this isn't the true-fledged Netflix. This is another cracked version of Netflix, and it's not going to work with just downloading it from the Play Store. In fact, it's not even in the Play Store when you open it up. This is a side-loaded Netflix experience that you have to get from their own app store. So if we go here, you're not even going to see Netflix on the list. You're only going to see a couple of these, and chances are not all of them are going to work. I mean, it's, again, a cracked version, so you're playing that cat and mouse game that everyone has to play when using these cracked boxes. So if we go to their app store, it's called the GT Store. This is where you're going to see Netflix, and again, it's a cracked version. It's not even the true version of Netflix. And I don't really like messing with my account. I don't really like putting my account inside of these hacked versions. That's just something I do not like to do, and I am running the latest update from them, so it's not like there's another update that's coming down the pipeline that I haven't received yet. I'm on the 2024 February app version, so you can see I'm definitely up to date when it comes to it. So that's what I want to mention. If you're buying this box to think you can plug it into your TV and have access to Netflix, Disney, all of your apps, I would recommend that you guys stay away from it. It's really not going to work. It's going to be a cat and mouse game where sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And do you really want to put your information into a cracked box? That is something I do not want to put my information into. But if we take a look at my Plex account, I'm just going to play a quick little preview of my 4K movies. It does play 4K rather nicely. It's not really going to support Atmos or any of those codecs. It's not going to support that pass-through that some other boxes might give you. But it does support 4K, and it actually looks really, really nice. So if we go into my settings here for this movie, you can see I am playing 4K. It doesn't have Wi-Fi 6, but Wi-Fi AC works perfectly fine, and there is that Ethernet jack on the back if you needed to. But 4K plays really nicely. There's no issues with this box. And if we do a little bit of a fast forward, catches up rather quickly as well over Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and show you that really quickly. And the same goes for YouTube. You can play 4K YouTube, so that's not an issue at all. But you guys are here for the actual TV tuner information about this box, so let's get into the TV tuner status. Clicking on my local channel, TV channel 4, we can pull up the information about that channel, and you can see I'm on AC3, you can see I'm doing high definition, you can see all of the information about your channel, including the signal strength. As we switch over to another channel, let's just go ahead and talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses of this TV tuner application. So first off the bat, guys, it is a little bit laggy, a little bit glitchy when you first start. Sometimes you can notice that stuttering. Sometimes you can notice it's having a little bit of issue kind of buffering that channel in the background. I also think that if you have a TV tuner box that's network connected, it should be able to be some sort of gateway TV tuner that can be used across all of your devices on your LAN network. Now this does have one TV tuner built in. It's not a multi-tuner TV box, but I still would have liked an application that I could have watched TV either on my tablet or my phone or my TV while I'm at home. That would have been a nice feature to have. Now I know with next-gen TV channels, they're DRM protected and maybe they don't want to let you do that, but I think it would be cool to be able to play it on one device throughout your house, no matter which device that was. The TV tuner of the X1 is actually pretty decent. Again, it might be a little bit on the slow side at first to kind of buffer that channel in the background, but overall it's doing a nice job, and the video quality and the audio quality is top notch. Now if you do have next-gen TV stats, you will have to have this connected to the internet to pull up all the TV guides and whatnot. And speaking of the TV guide, you actually do get information about what's playing on most channels. Some channels do not come through. having a TV tuner box, and if you're lucky enough to have a ton of channels in your area, I do like that you're able to categorize them and you're able to set them as favorites and you're able to kind of categorize them how you want to categorize them. So taking a look at your favorites list here, if we click on favorites, you can categorize each channel via sports, news, movies, or series. So let's just randomly pick tunes, and I'm just going to call that one movies, and maybe sometimes it does have the news on, so I can categorize it within two separate categories. Let's go down to another channel, ABC 7. Let's just put that one as sports and maybe series. So then when you want to look through your list, you can see all of the channels that play sports and all of the movie channels categorized together. I think they do a good job when it comes to categorizing your channels and giving you the ability to do so. The next feature of this TV Tuner X1 is the DVR function, and I had a lot of high hopes, a lot of high expectations for this DVR functionality. Now, of course, it fell a little bit short. That seems to be the theme of this product, but again, it's a first-gen type of product. I'm figuring that out as we go along. But the DVR functionality lets you save your recordings to either the 32 gigs of onboard storage, or you can connect an external drive. I wish there was a way to save your files to a NAS drive on your network or to some sort of network attached storage. I think that would have been the way to go. Now, this is an ATSC 3.0 box, and there's a lot of restrictions with DRM and protection and encryption and all of that nonsense. That's going to be a huge mess. But I'm just saying, if you had some older 1.0 channels, I would have liked to have seen the ability to save this onto a network device. That's just my opinion once again. Let me know what you think about all these down in the comments below. But I can connect a 10 terabyte or 5 terabyte drive to this and have enough storage for days and weeks and weeks. Now, the not so cool thing about the DVR is there's no quick record button on the remote control. Again, you have to go through this menu. So you need to go down here to DVR, then click start on PVR, and then it's going to start recording this channel. And at the top right, you can see that ugly graphic showing you what's recording. This does not go away, so whenever you're watching TV, you're going to see that bright red blinking light, as well as WABC and the time that the recorder started on the top screen there. That's a little bit annoying when trying to watch something. You're always seeing something constantly flashing on the top. Something that I do like about the DVR, let's get into some of the positives here, is that even though this only has a 1 TV tuner built into it, you can record multiple channels on the same frequency. So right now you can see I have this channel list of all these channels that I can record because they are on the same frequency here. So if we choose WPIX, let's go ahead and switch over to that channel. So you can see right now I do have channel 11 playing, and I'm still recording channel 7 on the top. Now if I go back to DVR, click on that, click Start PVR, it's going to record both of those channels and show you that timer again when you started that record process. So I like the functionality of it. I like the fact that they were able to hook up a multi-channel record function. I just would like to be able to quickly just press record on the remote control, and I don't want to see that graphic constantly on the right top side there. It's just a little bit annoying. Now let's just say you want to stop recording a channel. You do have to go back to the DVR, so you see how annoying this can be. And you can go into Stop PVR, so you can stop WPIX and keep channel 7 playing, or you can stop all of it at once. So if we just click on Stop channel 11, it's going to stop channel 11 while WABC 7 is still recording. So now what we need to do is go back to the channel list, and then go back to channel 7, tune into that channel, and then go back to DVR. And now I have to click on Stop PVR, click on Stop, and then it's going to stop. It's a lot of clicking and navigating that should be made a lot simpler via some buttons on a remote control there. Now when it comes to DVR, the last thing I do want to mention about the DVR function is that if we go to, let's go ahead and go to the channel list right here. You can see we have a channel list of all the available programming. This does not go multiple days. This only goes a couple hours. So if we go to another channel, you can see I have a couple hours of programming. So it doesn't go to the next day or even to the late into the early morning. But if you wanted to set something to record, here's Hot Bench. Let's go ahead and click on the quick access button, Set Timer. So you can, for some reason, create a timer via a quick access button, but you can't record a channel via a quick access button. So let's just go ahead and set a timer for that. Now I've set a record function for hot bench at 4:30 p.m. Now you might think this is great and dandy and all of that good stuff, but yet again, there's a little bit of a drawback to this DVR function. So I'm not able to record hot bench every single day for the next 7 days or next month. I'm not able to program a way to record my favorite TV show at all future dates. This is a one-time only type of recording. That's a little bit annoying. So if I wanted to record Survivor that's on tomorrow, I'm not able to record every single Survivor. I'd have to load up this box on the day that Survivor airs, click on record, click on that button, and again, it's only good for a couple hours, so if you miss that time frame because you're out doing life or working, this is not going to work at all. And then once you exit out of the HD player application, you're not able to record any TV shows. There's no background record function. Why did they not include a background record function? I have no idea. This is an Android box. This should be something easily done. I have other boxes that this works on, so X1, GTmedia, you definitely have a lot of ways to go when it comes to a TV tuner box. Just to prove this point, I'm now recording WABC channel 7, and you see it's only about 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's say I wanted to just record this show and come back and watch it later. Again, no advanced features like commercial skip. It doesn't automatically erase the commercials, which is also another area where I think this box could be improved. But if I exit out of the application, you're going to see it's going to stop the PVR function. This should not be something that stops the PVR function. It should be able to record this in the background while I do other things. But again, it's not able to do so. So let's just click on stop all very quickly here. Going back to DVR, you can see your DVR recordings. Now, sometimes it records the proper name, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, Gunsmoke, I don't know what Gunsmoke was. This was an NFL game that I recorded back in the day, so it shouldn't say Gunsmoke. But if we go to Judge Judy, this was properly recorded and properly named. An American Restoration, let's see if that's proper. That's Dr. Phil. So again, it's not giving me the proper names of the shows. And when you're trying to go back and you have a huge list of shows that you've recorded, and it's kind of like a guesswork of what you recorded, when you recorded it, and where you recorded it. What do I think about the X1? I think it's a decent product, guys. I think it needs a lot of work. I think there's a lot of ways that they can improve the X1 when it comes to an overall go-to one-stop shop TV tuner. This still is a good box for those of you that don't have a next-gen TV tuner built into your TV. This is going to be a nice way to kind of get you introduced to the next-gen stats, the next-gen 3.0 TV lifestyle. I don't have any of those channels here, so I'm not about that lifestyle at the moment. But I can see this box being good for maybe the dorm room. I can see it good for a roommate type of situation where maybe you just want to plug it in and you want to just use it on a monitor, on maybe some sort of gaming monitor, and you just don't want to have a full-fledged TV in your dorm room or your studio apartment. This would be a good option for you. Is it mainstream? Is it going to replace anything else that I have right now in my arsenal? That's a definite no. That's something that is not going to happen at the moment. I think if it had a full-fledged, pure Android TV experience where I could have Netflix and all of my other apps, I would put up with a lot of these downfalls. But because it's a cracked version, because I don't want to put my sensitive information on it, it's not something that I would do. And for those reasons, I do not recommend it. Again, unless you're in that dorm room, unless you need an all-in-one type of Android box, TV tuner type of solution, I would wait for maybe another iteration. I'd wait for them to kick out the kinks of this box. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you in another video.